Come see us in Los Angeles, Bakersfield, San Jose, Buffalo, New York, Toledo, Ohio, Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa, Belfast, London, and a lot more. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for the cheapest tickets.
After Donald Trump backed down on his global tariffs, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said that this was the plan all along.
Again, this was driven by the president's strategy. He and I had a long talk on Sunday, and this was his strategy all along. And that, you might even say that he goaded China into a bad position. They responded. They have shown themselves to the world to be the bad actors, and we are willing to cooperate with our allies and with our trading partners who did not retaliate. It wasn't a hard message. Don't retaliate. Things will turn out well.
So what he's saying here is that this was Trump's strategy all along. He imposed these global tariffs, and then after countries around the world said, hey, let's negotiate, let's work out a better trade deal for the U.S., then Trump backed off the tariffs and mission accomplished. And the market is surging again. The losses are being reversed. And it's only China that stands out as being a bad actor because China announced a retaliation against the U.S. And now Trump is having a trade war with China. So according to Scott Bessent, this was the plan all along, even though you had Trump and other people saying that we're not going to negotiate our tariffs. But now that he's walked that back, Trump is saying also that he's happy with how things are going. And look, the market is back up.
I don't know if it's still there. I looked an hour ago, but we were up like close to 3,000 points. Nobody's ever seen a day like that. I think that's a record, isn't it, fellas?
Definitely.
Is that a record? Who would have thought we were going to have a record like that after watching? But because the geniuses of the world, they get it.
So Trump also saying there that, this all worked out great. And now the market is rebounding and we've had the best day ever. Now, of course, the market still hasn't reached the level that it was before Trump announced his tariff policies. But Trump is saying that things are on the up and up because he's forced everyone to come to the table. So that's the claim now, that this was a part of the strategy all along.
Well, I don't know what to think until Sam Harris weighs in. And and then whatever he says, the opposite is the case. So he's like the Jim Cramer of intellectuals, Sam Harris. He gets everything wrong, and whatever he says, the opposite is true. Well, hopefully that's the case. I mean, again, I'll just reiterate that nobody else has a plan. Nobody else has done anything, and I hope if Trump's plan takes balls, that he has the balls to stick to it. And again, he's not running for re-election. I mean, I think people either keep that in mind. He's not running for re-election. And so he's only got until the midterms to do this, to do whatever he wants to. So if he wants to leave a permanent mark, he's got, just a little while, and he's got to get on it. So again, no other competing plans. The Democrats and Republicans have been complicit in the demise and the destruction of the working class in the United States. And this is the first time in my lifetime I've seen a president actually do something, try to do something about it. So I'm not as my hair's not on fire over this, like other people.
Karoline Leavitt, the White House press secretary, she mocked the media because she said that this was all part of the art of the deal.
Media clearly missed the art of the deal. You clearly failed to see what President Trump is doing here. You tried to say that the rest of the world would be moved closer to China when in fact we've seen the opposite effect. The entire world is calling the United States of America, not China, because they need our markets, they need our consumers, and they need this president in the Oval Office to talk to them. And that's exactly why more than 75 countries have called, because the United States of America is the best place in the world to do business. And as the president has shown great courage, as the secretary has said, in choosing to retaliate against China even higher.
So that's the White House line. That this is, the art of the deal. This is Trump's move. He said he would not negotiate these tariffs, but that was just a bluff to get people to beg him for a negotiation and to offer more favorable trade deals to the U.S., except for China, where the tariffs are remaining. But again, as we talked about earlier, not everyone is buying that, including a Trump supporter, Charlie Gasparino of Fox News, who said, again, it wasn't so much Trump pulling off some grand strategy here. It was Trump's Wall Street friends being very upset with him.
Call what happened overnight. And from what I understand, and I'm getting this from people that are talking to the White House, what happened in the bond market overnight, the spike in yields on the 30-year and the 10-year bond, which showed that people were dumping our bonds. And who were those people dumping our bonds? Japan, the biggest holder of bonds, was selling bonds. That's what I'm getting from some very big money managers. China, maybe to some extent, but it was largely Japan and others. If you have a mass sale of bonds, that means people are losing confidence in the U.S. economy, on the ability to do deals with us. And from what I understand, this is what forced the hand of this 90-day reprieve. Now, is it a good thing? Are people coming to the table? Yeah. But if you read between the lines, or not even what Scott Bessent said, we have no deals, right? There's nobody that is really there saying, this is what we're going to do. And they paused it anyway. So my thing said, well, I'll give you this. There is some art of the deal here. And by the way, brilliant move by putting China in the corner. But that's a whole separate thing. Because remember, that's a very difficult negotiation. Everybody else is a lot easier. They do want to deal with us. Whether they want to be, forced into really bad trade deals on their end is a whole other negotiating story. But make no mistake about it, you cannot divorce this decision right here from what happened last night, which was, people focus on the stock market all the time. It's the bond market and the sort of lending markets that's the plumbing of the economy. And those markets were imploding last night. And that's why we have a 90-day freeze. Let's see if those markets improve. Someone told me we had a decent treasury auction today. But if you can't sell your treasuries, guys, and people are unloading your treasuries, like Japan, which is, I believe, the largest foreign holder after China.
Just to be clear,
So that's Charlie Gasparino of Fox News saying it was not, Trump genius strategy. It was the bond market cratering, and that's what forced him to act. But Jimmy, to your point, that Trump is trying something new here that could possibly bear fruit. Even Ro Khanna, Democratic member of Congress, he went on Fox News and he acknowledged that actually, if this turns out that Trump ends up winning favorable trade deals for American workers, then he will deserve credit. This is Ro Khanna.
if we end up with better trade deals with many of these countries that are more advantageous to us, don't you think that was worth it?
Well, the jury is still out. Right now, we've gotten worse trade deals. I mean, Europe has increased its tariffs on our goods. Canada has increased our tariffs. So if we end up in a situation where the tariffs are better, then I would give the president credit on negotiation. But he didn't have to put the country through this. He didn't have to destroy...
The markets are right back where they were when this announcement was made, or pretty darn close. Maybe what you have to do is shake up the chessboard a bit in order to reset these trade arrangements, and it doesn't seem like anything prior to this by any prior administration sort of allowed that to happen.
Now, I think it's interesting Ro Khanna says that, since we all know he's being paid by the Russians, but so that's, I just want to throw that out there. You are not an economist. I'm not an economist, but it seems contradictory when they say that the bond yields are going up. So does that mean, like, if you buy a U.S. Treasury, that you're going to get a higher interest rate? You're going to get more money if you invest? That would seem to be a good thing, but of course that signals that the bond market's cratering. Do you understand that?
Yeah, this gets into territory that I don't understand.
Yeah,
But, according to the Fox News guy, the bond market was cratering, and that's what triggered the panic that led to Trump reversing course.
And when I have on Ed Dowd, he always makes the point that guy on Fox News made, that the bond markets will let you know if this is a good way to go or not. The bond markets are the bellwether. And the canary in the coal mine. And so apparently that was it. That's what made Trump reverse course is the bond market. So okay, even more important than the stock market. That's we're all learning something, I guess. Hey, here's something I'm actually excited about. Health insurance is confusing, expensive, it's frustrating, it bankrupted me, and claim denials are becoming more and more common. In fact, 1 in 5 Obamacare claims were denied last year. That's unacceptable. The headache of health insurance is exactly why Crowd Health was created. It's not health insurance. It's a better way to pay for healthcare through crowdfunding. The health insurance process is confusing and can leave you feeling taken advantage of, like when I had my bone disease and I had great Blue Cross healthcare and I still went bankrupt, had to take out a second mortgage just to pay some bills because they wouldn't cover the treatments that my doctor wanted me to have. Crowd Health does things differently. Stop sending money to big insurance companies who profit off not paying your bills. And check out Crowd Health. For $175 for an individual or $575 for a family of 4 or more, you'll get access to a community of people who are willing to help out in the event of an emergency. You'll get access to telemedicine visits, discounted prescriptions, and so much more without doctors' networks getting in the way. And of course, you'll join the crowd, a group of members just like you who want to help pay for each other's unexpected medical events. Let Crowd Health help your healthcare needs. Get started today for just $99 a month for your first 3 months by using the code Jimmy at joincrowdhealth.com. Crowd Health is not insurance. Learn more about joincrowdhealth.com. That's joincrowdhealth.com, code Jimmy. Come see us in Los Angeles, Bakersfield, San Jose, Buffalo, New York, Toledo, Ohio, Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa, Belfast, London, and a lot more. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for the cheapest tickets.